Yeah. And I know that you say that, the system of Reiki is comprised of various, we'll say, systems, principles, teachings, whether it's Buddhism, Shintoism, and there was one other that you said. But also, we see this variation in the Reiki symbols where, the first symbol just it looks like a symbol. The second symbol, as you say, is derived from free. And then we have the other two that look like they are kanji. So, is there, from what you've learned about this, is there a reason that some were just symbols versus the ones that are kanji? Is there a different effect with the use depending on how they're written out or what they're derived from?
Do you want to begin?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so we explained before that Mikao Usui was living in Japan, where there's syncretism of those spiritual traditions. This means Daoism, Buddhism, Shintoism, Shamanism came together. And this might be the reason why he used everything. He didn't use all those traditions because, okay, we have those three traditions and I take one from here, one from here, one from here. As far as I know, he gave us the symbols that it is easier for us to do things with Reiki. For example, it could be it's very easily possible to make a remote contact without the Ronsha Shonen, without any symbol. But it's much easier to do it with the symbol, even though the symbol looks complicated. And it's not possible to say a symbol from this tradition is stronger than from this tradition or so. Yeah, I don't think so. But for example, to bring spirituality from one place to another, the perfect symbol is the Cho Ku Rei. And you will not find anything else in Buddhism or in other traditions, because there's this symbol. And the symbol is not a character. It's really, like you say, it's a symbol. Yeah. And but it also has a deep meaning. For example, why is here a flat stroke before it goes down and then there's a spiral? There's a meaning inside. Yeah? And the meaning is that it comes from another place to us, and then it goes, for example, from heaven to earth, and from there inside of us. And in shamanism, it's common that there's a connection of heaven and earth, and in the middle is a shaman, for example. And this you can also see in the, for example, here. This is a calligraphy of the Reiki Kanji. Yeah, so we can say it's just a script, but it's also it's much more. And here this means shaman, and this line is the heaven, the sky, and this is earth. And here is a shaman in between, and they make this connection here. Yeah? And this we can see in the Cho Ku Rei. Yeah? So the symbolism is here, and this means rain. And then the shaman do prayers and rituals. Yeah, 3 mouths means a prayer to get rain. And the rain is not only water, it's a blessing. Yeah? So some blessing will come from somewhere down. Yeah? And then inside is Cho Ku Rei, for example. Yeah? And maybe you explain something, Eileen, with where we have it here with the key character.
Yes, here in the key character, this is the country for energy and life energy, because we have here the rice corn inside, and it goes out so that the plant can come out. And So we see that here in the Reiki country we have spiritual life energy. So we know that it's a life energy which is very spiritual. It has to do something with spirits, Buddhas, kami, and so on. And this idea of energy and spiritual life energy from different spirits, this is very present in Japan. So everything is about life energy. Even at places where you don't think that this could be the topic. So when you go in a shop and you want traditional Chinese or Japanese medicine, then they also ask you, do you practice, do you do your practices for energy flowing in the body, because it's important to do this. Without then you don't need the medicine. It's important to combine it. And this is they believe that there's everywhere a spirit. And also in the medicine, our Atami Okasan, our
My homestay mother.
homestay mother in Japan, she told Mark at his first stay in Japan in the medicine, there is the spirit, and this
Japanese spirit. That's
Japanese spirit. So that there's everywhere a spirit, and the spirit helps us. And in the temple and in the shrine, you can also find the different kinds of spirits. And in Japan, it is very common that there are a lot of them. So they have the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and the Kami, and also the ancient Indian gods. So it's really it's magic, pure magic there.
It's also like in daily life in Japan, this key character is, you can see it almost everywhere. For example, you have a van where you see this character with another kanji, and if you would transcribe it into our alphabet, then it's written Reiki. But it's not this ray, it's a ray for cold, and this means cold energy, and this means it's a refrigerator van, a cooling, so something where you transport something what needs to be cooled, and so this is a cooling energy in this case. Or there are phrases like he has long ki or short ki, and this means long life energy, short life energy. But the real meaning of this is kiga nagai or kiga mijikai, means if you have long energy, then you're a patient person. You will not get angry so soon. If your ki is short, then very quickly, yeah, and then they have words for this. If you say somebody is ill, you say byoki. Yeah? This means the energy of illness. Yeah? And if somebody is fine, then they say genki, and this means the life energy of his true self. It's genki, it's of his roots. Yeah? So there's this ki is really everywhere. And Reiki in daily life for normal people who do not know anything about Reiki, this is the energy of the deceased, yeah? The souls who went out of the body, and this means spiritual. So a spirit could be a ghost, a deceased soul, and a spirit, everything. And then some people say, hey, you are crazy, you're talking to the dead. Yeah? Then I say, yeah, this is possible, but there's also this wonderful healing practice, yeah, called Usui Reiki, and so. And they in this case, normal people do not know, and spiritual people do know very well. And so you see, it's really everywhere. Yeah?